My wife said, I don't have to tell you where I've been. I'm a grown woman. I said, you're right. Then I installed a new high-security lock that only I could open. The next time she came home at 3 a.m., her tea didn't work, and the note on the door said, grown women find their own place to live. I 34 male been married to Rachel for 7 years, together for 9. No kids yet. Kept putting it off because of career stuff. Both of us work decent jobs. I'm in logistics management. She's in pharmaceutical sales. Things started getting weird about 4 months ago. Rachel's schedule became erratic. Late meetings that went till midnight, weekend conferences that popped up last minute, work dinners that somehow lasted until 2 a.m. At first, I didn't think much of it. Pharma sales can be demanding. The schmoozing, the client entertainment, the networking events. I get it. But then it became a pattern. Hey, babe. Where were you last night? Tried calling around 11. Work thing ran late. Oh, yeah. Which client? Why does it matter? Just curious. You've been having a lot of late nights. She put down her coffee mug. Hard. Are you tracking my movements now? No. I'm asking about your night like normal couples do. Normal couples trust each other. I do trust you. That's why I'm asking instead of assuming. She rolled her eyes. I don't have to report to you like you're my parole officer. That was the first red flag. Not the late nights, the defensiveness. The pattern continued. 3, 4 nights a week, she'd come home past midnight, sometimes later, always with vague explanations. Networking event, client emergency, team building dinner. One night, she came home at 3:17 a.m. I know because I was awake watching the security footage from our doorbell cam on my phone. She spent 5 minutes in the driveway doing something in her car. When she finally came in, she was carrying her heels, hair messy, makeup smudged. Everything okay? I asked from the couch. She jumped. Jesus, why are you awake? Couldn't sleep. You all right? It's past 3. I'm fine. Where were you? That's when she said it. The line that changed everything. I don't have to tell you where I've been. I'm a grown woman, Nathan. I can take care of myself. I sat there for a moment processing. You're right. She blinked. What? You're absolutely right. You don't have to tell me anything. She seemed confused by my calm response. Okay then. Good. I'm going to shower. I listened to her footsteps up the stairs, heard the bathroom door close, then I made a decision. The next day while she was at work, I called a locksmith. Not just any locksmith, a security specialist, had them install a grade 1 commercial deadbolt with a restricted keyway, the kind they use on government buildings. Only 2 keys could ever be made and I had both. Then I typed up a note. Grown women find their own place to live. Your belongings will be in the garage. You have 30 days to collect them. And I laminated it. Details matter. That night, Rachel texted around 10 p.m. Client dinner running late. Don't wait up. I replied, no problem. Take your time. She came home at 2:47 a.m. I watched on my phone as she tried her key. Watched the confusion turn to frustration as she tried again and again. Then she saw the note. The doorbell cam recorded everything. Her face going from confused to angry to panicked. She tried the key again, knocked, then pounded. Nathan, open the door. I didn't move from bed. She called my phone. I let it ring. More pounding. This isn't funny. It's freezing out here. It was 52 degrees. Hardly freezing. After 20 minutes, she called her sister. I heard bits of the conversation through the cam. Change the locks. Won't answer. I don't know why. Can I stay with you? She left at 3:15 a.m. Update 1. Woke up to multiple missed calls, 183 texts, and 23 voicemails. The texts evolved like a mood ring. 3:15 a.m. This is insane. Call me back. 3:27 a.m. Nathan, seriously. We need to talk. 3. You can't just lock me out of my house. 4 a.m. I'm calling a lawyer. 6:30 a.m., please. I'm sorry. Can we talk? 7 p.m., you're being childish. I'm coming by to get my things. She showed up at 8:30 a.m. with her sister Teresa and two guys I didn't recognize. Tried her tea again as if it might magically work now, then rang the doorbell. I answered through the intercom. Yes. Open the door, Nathan. Your things are in the garage. Code is 0909. We need to talk. No. We don't. You made it clear. You don't need to explain anything to me. I'm respecting that boundary. This is my house too. The deed says otherwise. Quick context. I bought the house before we married, never added her name. My lawyer friend called it the smartest accidental decision I'd ever made. Teresa chimed in. Nathan, this is ridiculous. You can't just kick her out over an argument. I'm not kicking her out. I'm acknowledging she's a grown woman who doesn't need to answer to me. Grown women can handle their own housing situations. You know that's not what she meant. Then she should say what she means. They spent 2 hours loading her things. I'd been thorough. Everything of hers was staged in the garage. Clothes, toiletries, jewelry, photos, even her coffee mug collection. The only thing I kept was the wedding album. Felt like evidence might be useful later. Around noon, I got a call from an unknown number. Her divorce lawyer, Kendra something. Mr. Coleman. I'm representing Rachel Coleman in this matter. You need to provide her access to the marital home immediately. It's not the marital home. It's my home. Purchased before marriage, deed in my name only. She's established residency. Has she? Because grown women who come and go as they please without explaining their whereabouts sound more like visitors than residents. That's not how the law. Feel free to file whatever motions you need to file. I'll be retaining counsel as well. Mr. Coleman, this is escalating unnecessarily. Rachel just wants to come home. Grown women find their own homes. Have a good day. Update 2. Rachel escalated quickly. Within days, I was served with divorce papers. Fine by me. Also got a motion for exclusive use of the marital home. My lawyer, Gregory, literally laughed when he read it. She has no claim. You bought it before marriage, never commingled funds, paid the mortgage from your separate account. This is going nowhere. But here's where it gets interesting. Remember those late nights, the vague explanations? I hired a PI not to stalk her, just to document her current living situation for the divorce proceedings. Turns out Rachel wasn't staying with her sister. She was living with Harrison Garrett, her client, in his downtown penthouse. The PI got photos of them entering together, her stuff being moved in, morning coffee on his balcony, very cozy for a client relationship. But wait, there's more. Harrison Garrett. He's married. His wife was out of town dealing with her sick mother. So my wife, who was too grown to tell me where she was at 3 a.m., was actually living with her married boyfriend while his wife was away. Classy. Gregory was practically Diddy. Adultery doesn't affect asset division in this state, but it sure helps with the narrative. The court date for the house motion came quick. Rachel showed up in a new designer suit. Harrison must be generous. Her lawyer argued that I'd illegally evicted her. My lawyer countered with the doorbell footage, her own text saying she didn't have to tell me her whereabouts and documentation showing she'd established residence elsewhere within 24 hours. The judge asked Rachel directly. Mrs. Coleman, were you locked out of the residence? Yes, Your Honor. And where did you go that night? My sister's. And where are you living now? She hesitated. I'm staying with a friend temporarily. Gregory stood up. Your Honor, if I may, we have documentation showing Mrs. Coleman is residing with Harrison Garrett at downtown address. She moved in the day after the lock change. Rachel's lawyer objected. The judge overruled. Mrs. Coleman, is this true? It's temporary. That's not what I asked. Yes. The judge denied her motion. She had suitable housing, hadn't been made homeless, and had no legal claim to my property. But Rachel wasn't done. Update 3. Rachel's next move was financial warfare. See, while we kept separate accounts, she knew my credit card numbers. Started seeing weird charges. Small at first, $50 here, $100 there, then bigger ones. Called the bank, reported fraud. They issued new cards, but she'd also signed up for several services using my email variations, streaming services, meal deliveries, even a wine club, all billing to my cards. Each one took hours to cancel. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. Then came the real play. She showed up at my work. I was in a meeting when reception called. Your wife is here. Says it's an emergency. I knew it wasn't, but refusing would look bad. Send her to my office. I'll be there in 5. She was sitting in my chair when I walked in. Power move. Rachel, we need to talk. We're talking. I mean, really talk, not through lawyers. Why? Because this is insane. You changed the locks because I came home late. I changed the locks because you told me you don't have to explain your whereabouts to me. I agreed, but that level of independence isn't compatible with living in my house. Our house, my house, which you know. She leaned forward. What do you want, Nathan? An apology. Fine. I'm sorry. I should have communicated better. Where were you that night? Does it matter to you? Apparently not to me. Yes. I was with friends. Which friends? She sighed. Harrison had a work event. I was networking until 3 a.m. It was important for my career. Was his wife there? Her face changed. What? At this important career event, was Mrs. Garrett there? How did you? Grown women's business becomes public record in divorce proceedings. She stood up. You hired someone to follow me. I hired someone to document your living situation. The rest was just bonus information. You bastard. Grown men. We don't have to explain ourselves. Remember? Security ended up escorting her out when she wouldn't leave voluntarily. Added another document to the divorce file. Final update. The universe has a sense of humor. Remember Harrison's wife? She came back from her mother's, found Rachel's things in her closet, her Pilates mat in the home gym, her birth control in the bathroom cabinet. Mrs. Garrett is also a grown woman. But unlike Rachel, she's one with excellent lawyers and a prenup that has an infidelity clause. Harrison tried damage control, moved Rachel to a hotel, then to a corporate apartment. But Mrs. Garrett wasn't interested in his explanations. She filed for divorce and activated the clause. Harrison stood to lose millions. Suddenly, Rachel's client wasn't so clienty anymore. He needed to reconcile with his wife. Rachel needed to disappear. She called me crying, actually crying. He threw me out just like that, said it was a mistake, said he loved his wife. Okay. That's all. Okay. What do you want me to say? I don't know. Something, anything. I ruined everything for nothing. You ruined everything for Harrison Garrett, who threw you out to save his money. I need to come home. Grown women. Stop saying that, please. I get it. I was wrong. I was stupid. I should have talked to you. Where were you going all those nights? Silence. Then different places. Harrison's, hotels, his friend's lake house. I thought I was in love. And now? Now I'm staying in a Motel 6 because I can't afford anything else and my sister won't talk to me because her husband plays golf with you. That's rough. Nathan, please. I'm sorry. I'll do anything. Counseling, therapy, whatever you want. I want a divorce. Besides that, that's all I want. The divorce finalized last week uncontested because she had no grounds to contest. I kept the house, my retirement, my savings. She kept her car, her personal belongings, and her debt from the hotel lawyers she'd hired to fight Harrison's wife's cease and desist letter. Yeah. Mrs. Garrett went scorched earth, sent letters to Rachel's employer about inappropriate client relationships. Rachel's now in a different department, making 30% less. She texts occasionally, always variations of the same theme. She's sorry. She was stupid. She misses us. Grown women take accountability. I don't respond. Grown men don't have to. The high security lock is still on the door. Sometimes I think about that night. Watching her try the key over and over. Reading the note. The moment she realized her grown woman declaration had consequences. The locksmith told me those locks are typically used for businesses that have had security breaches. Must have valuables to protect, he'd said. Just my peace of mind, I'd replied. He installed it without asking another question. Professional. I tipped him extra. Rachel's living in a studio apartment now, still posting on social media about new chapters and Phoenix rising from ashes. Teresa told me she cries a lot, drinks wine alone, wonders how she misread Harrison so badly. She didn't misread him. She misread me. Thought I'd always be there. The stable, boring husband who paid the mortgage while she explored her options. Grown women make choices. Grown men do too. My choice, new locks, same house, better life.